Hello, and welcome or welcome back if you've joined me for the others. Today is my second last live stream in my series of Storytellers. Storytellers is now live, so you can go and see all the amazing games on sale. Today we're playing Start Again by 2.5 Studios. And where is my page? Right here. A little bit about the game. This was made in just 1 month, and it does some really cool things, so I'm really excited to play it. It's been in my list of things that I absolutely need to play for so long and just haven't had the time, but I'm making the time now. So, awakened in an unfamiliar location, 4 strangers are forced into a life or death situation they must escape within 2 hours. How did they get there? Who's behind it all? Who can be trusted? And why does it feel as though some of these strangers might not be strangers after all? Play as Sebastian in this BL visual novel as you uncover the truth, no matter the cost. So this has 35,000 words, which is supposed to be roughly 2 to 3 hours worth of gameplay. So we'll see how far we get today. Yesterday I streamed in between my demo and part of our beta, and it went for about 5 hours, and I was nearly died at the end of that. It got so hot in my room. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure that this has mini games. So Start Again has a variety of mini games throughout its winding story. I'm not very good with mini games. This music seems very loud. I can't hear my own voiceover. I don't know what it's like on stream. There we go. So we'll see if I get bamboozled by the puzzles or not. Probably. I am not very proficient in puzzles. This actually has the same artist that I used on Moonflower. So the CGs in this game are done by the same person as my game. This game had it first. And although, speaking of Moonflower, if you go to the Moonflower page right now, you might see that there's something extra in the DLC listings. Hi. So, let's get started. This start page is cool too. Like, if it will... No, it's not going to come back? Alright, fine. Whenever you change things, it... No? Oh, okay, fine. Begin. It was quiet. Silent, noiseless, but not quite tranquil. It was the kind of quiet that became something more, a silence that pierced through the building, tearing it away from reality and pulling it into its own dimension. A quiet that was both terrifying and calming, all at once. Silence filled the void where humans used to exist. Now, all that was left was the ghosts of those long gone. But for those lost to humanity regardless. This would be their new haven. Sebastian opened his eyes, surrounded by that silence. Where? His hands found his temples and he massaged gently, trying to ease the pain that had begun to take over his mind. When that didn't work, he first turned to the room he'd found himself in. The room was dark. Whether that was because it was night or because the windows had all been covered, Sebastian didn't know. His eyes scanned everything with growing suspicion. Ooh, background just blurred, that's cool. I was at home. How did I get here? Oh, interesting. So, in his thoughts... Oh no. Hang on, we need to turn rollback on. How did I get here? Interesting. So when, his thoughts are Sev, and then when he's talking it's Sebastian. Is there anyone else here? Hello? Nothing stirred in the darkness. All was still. He jumped to his feet and cautiously took a step forward. The floorboards, damaged from what looked like years of battling against the weather, creaked underneath his careful footsteps. Hello? Anyone? No one answered. If there's any ghosts here, I promise I'm not an exorcist. I'm not even sure how I got here, but I don't mean you any harm. I'm just going to leave now, okay? Sebastian walked towards what looked to be an entrance to the house. The door was large and imposing, made of faded wood with deep engravings. Thick scratches ran down the wood. Sebastian took the door handle in his hand and attempted to turn it, but was met with a loud click instead. Locked. Oh god. Miss Ghost Lady, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to encroach in your territory and I really want to leave. Like, really, so please would you let me out? I'll never come back and I'll make sure no one ever disturbs you. I'm gonna die, 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 I'm gonna die. I promise it don't taste good. Look, I'm way too skinny and have no meat on my bones and maybe you don't eat maybe you don't eat humans. You want to take over my body? Is that it? I'm sorry, but I really need it. Maybe we can share if you let me go. Sebastian stumbled backwards, eyes flickering all over the room, until the back of his leg hit a small packing box. It was taped shut. Oh, there's something in there. Sebastian just forgot about the fact that he was moments ago terrified. Help me. Come on, Sebastian. You've watched a horror movie or two. Is this ghost more likely to curse me if I open the box or if I leave her in there? Okay, I'm opening it. Here goes nothing. With one swift movement, he ripped the duct tape from the top of the box and opened the flaps. Inside was a little girl, with hair almost as pale as the moon, sitting there, huddled in a ball with tears in the corners of her eyes. She did seem to be a ghost. Oh, look at her, she's so cute. Are you okay? No. Where am I? I don't know. I just woke up over there.
Oh.
Come on, let's get you out of this box, okay? Sebastian held out his hand and silently prayed that she wasn't a ghost. When her hand met his, instant relief washed over him. Micah would hate this place. Ghosts. Okay, not a ghost. Thought you were a ghost. Wait, you're not, are you? The little girl shook her head, her long hair flowing from side to side. Okay, that's good. Well, my name is Sebastian. What about you?
My name is Ninny.
Okay, it's nice to meet you, Ninny. I'm not sure how we got here, but it's about time we left, don't you think? Ninny nodded her head, using her sleeve to wipe the tears out of the corners of her eyes at the same time. Let's take a look around the room, alright? Maybe there's other people here. Or if there's not, why is it just the two of us? Sebastian couldn't help but cringe with each step the two took around the room. The creaks and groans echoed through the house. If anyone, or anything, was nearby, they would have easily heard by now. Sheets laid across much of the furniture, and dust laid across the sheets. Whoever had once lived here had left quite some time ago.
Mr. Sebastian?
Yeah?
I think there's someone over there.
And then he pointed into a dark corner of the room. Dated pieces of furniture concealed whatever was over there. How do you know?
I thought I heard someone say something.
Okay. Well, I'd love to look, but now I'm suddenly thinking about the ghost thing again.
There's no ghosts here, silly. Ghosts aren't real.
Whoa there, little lady. What do you mean? Of course ghosts are real.
Really?
Yes. It was the summer of '64 when I first met my first ghost.
You're not that old.
Nope. Okay. I may never have met a ghost, but I'm certain this is a haunted house.
How could you know?
It has all the telltale signs. 1, strange noises.
That was me though.
2, all the doors are locked.
Couldn't someone else have locked them?
3, it's way too cold in here.
Is it the middle of winter?
And lastly, I feel like someone's watching me.
Again, I think that's probably me.
That's how I know this is a haunted house.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there myself.
Don't worry, I'll protect you from back here.
Send the little girl in!
You absolute dog, Sebastian. Absolute dog. Sebastian gave Nini a thumbs up and a reassuring smile. She nodded back enthusiastically, as if she truly believed that he had her back.
Oh no! If you really are a ghost, I want to help you.
You got this, Nini. She crept closer and closer.
There's someone there.
Sebastian crept closer, looking over Nini's shoulder. Indeed, there seemed to be the shadow of someone lying in the corner of the room, mostly hidden. A chair made of rotten wood sat in the way. Sebastian tried to pick it up and move it. Ooh, I really like this music. This song in particular is cool. But the leg instantly snapped off. He picked it up. Now I have a poking stick.
Would he be upset if we poke him?
Nah, I'm sure he doesn't mind being poked. Hey! Hey! Ugh. Well, in good news, he's not dead. Yay! Where? A man with white and black hair sat up rapidly, then scooted in the opposite direction of the little girl and the man with the chair leg. You. Sebastian, don't worry, we're not here to hurt you. Oh, except her. Who knows what she'll do.
Hey, I'm not going to hurt anyone.
Where am I? Well, that I don't know, but I can tell you where you aren't. I don't think this is the circus, or a hospital, or the aquarium. I'm pretty sure this isn't my house, but not certain on that one. It doesn't look like a school or a... Okay, just shut up. Yes, sir. Hey, what's your name? Mikhail.
I'm Nini.
Alright, Sebastian, Nini. What are we doing here? I don't know. I just woke up a little while ago and got her out of a box. A box? Yeah, like a packing box. Duct tape shut. Do you know who put you in there? Nini shook her head.
I don't remember anything.
So let me get this straight. None of us remember how we got here, and now we're in some kind of...
haunted house.
That's what Mr. Sebastian said anyway. Fine. A haunted house. Why do I feel like if I told you we were in a haunted house, you would have told me to shut up? Because I would have. Mikhail stood from the ground and brushed himself off. Okay, Sev, Nini. We need to get out of here. Where have you searched? What? I said, where have you... No. No, I mean, what did you call me? Sev. Isn't that your name? Well, people usually call me Sev, but I don't remember mentioning that to you. Do we know each other? You wouldn't forget me if we'd met before. Look at this handsome mug. Oh my god. Oh, I want this man bullied. Bully this man immediately. Yeah, we don't know each other. I wouldn't forget someone with such a big head. Hey, Mika. Mikhail. You seem like a Mika to me. His face turned pink. Call me Mikhail or I'll use that big head of yours to open the door. Sev put his hands up in fake surrender. Fine, fine. Nicknames are interesting. I always find it interesting. Whenever someone hears my name, almost always they shorten it immediately. I mean, not that I mind. I go by it anyway. But like, I always find it interesting with like nicknames and like shortening names. Almost immediately upon someone finding out that my name is Courtney, they start calling me Court. And then that kind of click happens of, oh wait, are you okay with that? Like, yeah, yes. It's perfectly fine. We tried to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. I don't think even my head would change that, Mikhail. Attention, phantoms. The timer has now begun. You have 2 hours to escape before the house is decimated. Good luck. Oh, that would have been cool to have some sort of like radio effect on my voice for that. A time appeared from somewhere unseen, projected onto the wall. In front of their eyes, it changed from 2 hours to 1 hour, 59 minutes remaining. What the hell? Who said that? Wasn't me. No shit, Sherlock. I love that expression. It sounded like it came from a speaker. Is someone watching us? Do you think it's some kind of pervert? No. I think it's someone that wants all 3 of us dead. That seems worse.
What's going on?
Her large eyes blinked over and over as if she was trying to stop herself from crying. Sev knelt down to eye level with her. It's okay. Someone put us in here, but we're going to get out again. You just have to be brave.
Oh, okay.
I need you guys to think.
I'm always thinking.
Properly, Sebastian. What's the last thing you're... I don't think this man has ever had a thought in his life. Nini spoke up first.
I was just at home. That's the last thing I can remember.
Sev? I think I was... in a train? No, a factory, or was it a church? Can you be serious for just 5 minutes, please? I am being serious. It's like my memories are all fuzzy. Did you hit your head or something? I don't think so. Well, I can't really remember whether I did or not, so maybe I did. Forget it. Then what about you? I was with someone somewhere. Very informative, thank you. Like your recount was any better. Touché. This is going nowhere. Come on, we need to search the rest of the house. Time's already ticking. Following your lead... That's interesting. Oh. Oh boy. Talking a lot and dodgy asthma lungs are not cooperating together very well. Someone else. Wait. Mikhail had already moved to leave through what looked like a dark, long corridor. He paused, a look of mild annoyance on his face. What? Please don't say something stupid and waste our time. No, it's just... Aren't we missing someone? Missing someone? Like, shouldn't there be 4 of us? Why? What do you know? Nothing. I don't know anything. It's just a feeling, I guess. We already searched the room. There's no one else. No, we're definitely meant to have 4 people. Sebastian, you're starting to get on my nerves. You know what this looks like to me? Huh? Someone purposely stalling us. And what if I am? Then I would be led to believe you were also the one who brought us here. Mikhail's body stiffened up. Well, lucky I'm not. I'm serious. I feel like we're missing someone important. Fine. Then what's their name? I don't know. Oh. Ooh. Start Again's story is experienced across 4 routes. Using the game's flowchart menu, you can jump between the routes at any time. From time to time, you will encounter locks in the story that require you to have information from other routes. You can return to the flowchart by pressing the flowchart button beneath the text box. Note, you cannot save and load between routes to progress in the game. Your data will not carry over. Instead, make use of the flowchart to change routes. As you progress, more sections of the flowchart will become available to you. Good luck and enjoy Start Again. This is such a cool feature, and I not only have no idea how they came up with this, but just how they not only did it, but then did it in a month. Like, this is so cool. Oh, look at all those things. Ooh. Uh-oh. Is that the one I was supposed to click on? Wait. Oh, I guess it was. Oh. Oh. Okay, so we can't remember. Okay, I guess we click on that one then. The constant drone of many machines working together to become one. The buzzing, the whirring, the hissing of all mixed together and become an incessant whisper. The whispered secrets to no one in particular, secrets only meant for themselves. Machines, they belong to humans. Tools, they belong to humans. Instruments, they belong to humans. Yet their secrets said otherwise. They mumbled and muttered that same day. Their words would be reclaimed. Their world would be reclaimed. Someday, the humans would belong to them. Oh. God. Do we have Skynet? The steel beam crashing to the ground just inches from where his body lay discarded was enough to force Sev's eyes open. He jumped to his feet, his heart rate racing faster than what would be considered safe. What the? Another came crashing down a short distance away. The metallic sound loud enough to rattle his bones. His eyes took in his surroundings. A large open space made of concrete and metal. The windows were black, but whether that was intentional or soot had dyed it a color so dark he didn't know. Broken machinery lay discarded in the dark corners of the room. By all accounts, it seemed to be a forgotten, dated factory of some kind. How did I get here? Where even is here? A groan came from above, and a shadow passed over the cold cement floor. That's when Sev saw it. A young girl, her eyes tightly shut as her chest rose and fell peacefully, deep in sleep. She was unaware of the beam directly above her that swayed to and fro. Shit. Before he even had a chance to think, the beam creaked on its last legs. Just as he scooped the little girl into his arms and jumped to safety, it came crashing down to the ground with a boom. Dust flew up from the ground, coating the pair. Jeez. Who built this place? I tell you what, it's definitely overdue for a safety inspection. And if I had to guess, I would say it's going to fail. I'm not a safety inspector, though.
Dad?
I don't think so. Unless someone hasn't told me something. She wriggled from his grip, retreating a distance away and eyeing up her surroundings.
Where am I?
I don't know. Okay. Got my first accidental click. I don't know. Hey look, I just woke up a few seconds ago as well. You can trust me. That sounds totally trustworthy. I realize that comes off as untrustworthy, but you've got to believe me here. My name's Sebastian.
Sebastian?
Special people call me Sev, though.
Sev. My name... It's... Nini.
Okay, it's nice to meet you, Nini. So you don't know how you got here?
No.
Alright. Let's just get out of here for now. We can go to the police station and get them to find your family. And then they can come pick you up.
No, I don't want to see them.
Okay. Well, you still don't want to be stuck here, right? So then, first step, we'll leave, alright?
Okay. Sevy, can I hold your hand?
She's scared. Seb smiled, trying to put on a face that would calm her. Of course, there's no need to be scared. There's nothing to be scared about here. He held his hand out, and she quickly took it. It was small, fragile, and trembling. Their first stop was a large door that seemed to face outwards, but no matter how much he jiggled the handle, or pushed and pulled, it wouldn't budge. Window it is. Seb picked up a scrap metal pipe that had been tossed to the ground. The weight was heavy in his hand. Stay here for a second, okay? Don't want to get any glass to get on you.
Okay.
As if he was aiming for a home run, Seb swung the pipe a few times, testing the force. Satisfied, he lined himself up with the window. It's time for you to face my steel, window. Prepare yourself. No longer will you hold us hostage. No longer will we be your prisoners. By the power I wield within my hands, you will...
Are you talking to yourself?
No, of course not. There we go. With all the strength he could muster, the pipe swung through the air before colliding with the window. And subsequently bounced right off it, causing the man to stumble backwards until he landed squarely on his ass. Oh, I will never not fucking adore the writing from 2.5 Studios. The words they wield is just so good. I love their script so much. I'll try another window. I also don't think this man has any brain cells whatsoever. And he tried another, and another. Yet none of them would break. He walked back to take Nini's hand again. Okay, looks like the windows are a no-go. I'm sure there's a way out of here around somewhere. Even as he said that, another beam fell from the ceiling with a metallic clang that echoed through their heads. It started as a gentle sniff, but soon became a blubber. Tears overflowed out of the corner of Nini's eyes as she watched the world as she knew it fall apart around her. It's okay. Really, look, we'll be fine. Attention, Cogs. The timer has now begun. You have 2 hours to escape before the factory is decimated. Good luck. What?
Decimated? Sevi, what's that?
Nini, behind tears, pointed towards the wall. On it, it was a projected number. 1 hour, 58 minutes. Ooh. Hey, they stole 2 minutes from them. Stay calm, stay calm. The little girl is gonna get scared if I get scared. This must be some practical joke. Yeah, it's a joke, just play along with it. We should... A loud banging, 5 times against something metal, came from across the room. Behind the shelf. Nini, help me move this. I mean, you don't really have to help.
No, I'll help.
Nini rubbed her face against her sleeve, leaving it damp with tears, before jogging towards where the banging was coming from. On the count of 3, we'll push. Got it? She nodded enthusiastically. 1. Sev cracked his knuckles, preparing to show what he was made of. Redeem himself from not being able to break a window. 2. He took a deep breath and did a little stretch with his arms. 3. The bookcase slid with... She muscled him! The bookcase slid to the side with no effort whatsoever, thanks to Nini.
Sevi, it's on wheels!
Cool. Just got shown up by a toddler. On the other side of the bookcase was a reinforced metal door. No windows showed what was behind. Well, no windows showed what was hiding beyond. Well, that was easy. Who needs 2 hours?
But who is doing the bagging?
Maybe someone's come to rescue us. One of our families? Oh, it's locked from this side. Well, let's get out of here already. A large metal bolt was the only thing stopping the door from bursting open. Unless the baddies are in there.
The baddies?
Don't hide behind the little girl. You absolute swine. Sev shrunk back, kneeling down to stand behind Nini as if she was a shield. You open it.
Okay.
And trembled as she reached towards the bolt. Okay, maybe making a child of this is a little much. Before Sev could move, she'd already pushed the door bolt aside. All was silent for a moment. And then, all hell broke loose. The door crashed open with enough force to nearly rip it from its hinges. Whoever was on the other side had obviously decided that their fist wasn't enough, and the only solution was getting it to open was to charge at it. I like their style. A blur of black and white crashed through the door and into the room. He barreled past Nini, who had quite smartly stepped to the side, and directly into Sev. The two went flying, skidding over the cement floor until they came to a stop next to a pile of abandoned machines. You sit. Right, asshole. Did you think that was funny? You better have a damn good explanation about why you locked us in that cupboard. Oh, this guy is pissed. Sorry, I thought you were the janitor? Do I look like a janitor to you? Sev looked at the man who was hanging above him. white and black hair hung from his head to dangle above I nearly called him Steve. Sev is way too close to Steve. It seemed like his outfit matched too. Yeah, did you find the broom in there? You! Micah, no. Mika. Mika? Micah. What? Another one? Don't remember hiring 2 janitors? We're not janitors, you piece of shit. Where the hell are we? And who the hell are you? Oh, I'm Sebastian. You can call me Sev if you want. That's Nini. We don't know where we are. Okay, Sebastian. Why are we here? That is a fantastic question. Well, no idea, to be honest. You think I believed you after you locked us in there? Oh yeah, I was actually lying about that, sorry. He didn't say anything further. He just silently raised his fist and swung it downwards. Please, Mika, that's enough. The young woman caught his fist at the last second before it swung into Sev's grinning face. Ugh, fine.
Sevy, are you okay?
Nini, I told you there were baddies back there. I don't know if I can go on.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
She put her arms out, She's so cute. Oh my god. Once again, she seemed to have ended up as a shield. Look at him, cowering behind a child. Don't you have any conscience? What's that? Sev finally got to his feet. His back arched. His back ached. Where the 2 of them had skidded over the ground, rubble and all. Believe it or not, we're actually stuck in here just like you, Mika. My name is Mikhail. Don't call me Mika. I'm sorry. He's just a little cranky right now. Not cranky. We were stuck in a tiny room, and when it finally opened, these 2 were here. You should be more suspicious of them. One of them is a little girl. Why don't we start over? Great idea. You guys get back in the closet and I'll push the shelf back over. I'm going to hurt him. The girl stuck her arm out in front of Mikhail, stopping him. My name is Rin. This is my brother Mikhail. Well, I already introduced myself, but it's kind of awkward if I don't reply, so... I'm Sev, this is Nini. We just woke up here a short while ago. Nearly got crushed by falling beams, then freed you guys from the closet. Then I got tackled by your brother. He's a little forward, isn't he? I apologize for him. Well, you shouldn't. Tell us what you know. How many times do I have to say I know nothing? I'm not surprised. Just your face alone screams airhead. Well, what about you? I don't remember anything. Neither do I. How about you, Nini?
No, nothing.
As much as standing in a circle getting to know each other is fun, if I can direct your vision to the timer on the wall. He pointed to the time as if he was a flight attendant. 1 hour, 40 minutes remained. Is time weird in this place? Or is it getting stolen from them? Or has this all taken, like, what was it? 18 minutes? Surely they haven't been doing this for almost 20 minutes. We're running out of time, majorly. You don't believe that bullshit, do you? What? That the building will be decimated in 2 hours? Yeah, I kinda do. Then you're an even bigger idiot than I thought. We'll just break a window and be done with it. How could I not think of that? Man, you really showed me. Please, be my guest. In fact, here, take this. He bent down to pick up his abandoned rusty metal pole, then handed it to Mikhail. Mikhail snatched it out of his grip, then sauntered up to one of the old, darkened windows with a cocky gait. He wound up his baton arm as if a mirror into how Sev looked just moments ago himself. Pull it back a little further. They might be tough windows. An old factory like this? Don't be stupid. Yet, despite his words, he still pulled the pipe back just a little further. Sev watched on with a smile. Mika swung down hard. The air whistled. And then the pipe bounced right off the window directly back at Mikhail and hit him square in the forehead. Thunk. He instantly collapsed to the ground, and Sev burst into laughter. Mika! Oh my god. He really did it.
Is he okay?
Why didn't you tell him
Why didn't you tell him we already tried it?
Sev shrugged. He was the one who wanted to do it. Better he sees himself how trapped we are. So he takes it more seriously. Mika! Mikhail, are you okay? Asshole. Rena helped Mikhail back to his feet. He swayed back and forth for a moment before finding his footing. With that sorted, how about we start looking around and actually finding a way out of here? Unless, of course, you want to go round 2 with that window? Leave it, Micah. Mika. See, I have a Micah, but it's spelled with a Y. So I think this... I think this is Mika, and especially if I'm saying Mikhail right. We should hurry. Whatever. We'll search over there. Do you two want to start on that side of the room?
Okay. Sevi, wanna look around together?
Of course.
Stinky.
Mika over there probably smells anyway. As Mikhail's fists tightened, Rin led him away by the arms.
He's not very nice.
Just a terrible personality all round. Well, that doesn't matter. We're only going to be stuck with them for a little while. Come on, let's look around a little. They searched through every nook and cranny, careful of anything further falling from the ceiling, but it seemed to have stopped already. Everything was covered in a layer of rust. Whatever this factory was once used for, it was long in the past.
Sevi, what do they make in factories?
All kinds of things. Food, cars, clothes, food, little girls.
Little girls?
Yeah. Maybe you were made here.
Don't be silly. Little girls don't come from factories. They come out of their mums' bellies.
Ugh, mum spelt with an O just kills me. It's wrong. It's wrong. Like little parasitic alien bursting out of their chests. No? She shook her head.
No?
Fine. Maybe you're a little too young to have watched that. Hey, you guys. I think we found something, but, well, She looked awkwardly back over her shoulder when Mikhail was desperately trying to push a large piece of machinery to the side. He didn't look like he wanted to ask for help. "Can you come help?" "With pleasure." The trio approached Mikhail, who was red in the face and panting. "I said I don't need any help." "You haven't even moved it an inch." "I have." "Step aside, we've got this." "We? What? You going to make that kid do all your dirty work?"
"I'm struck too, I can help."
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I wonder if the devs have actually watched it though, because I know they don't like scary things. Watch the whole movie between your fingers. Man, I'd really love to do like a phasmophobia stream with a bunch of friends. I like watching like horror things, but I've never really actually played them. It's such a different environment being like watching someone else making stupid decisions and getting eliminated by nasties to actually being the one making the dumb decisions. That game looks really fun though. I think it would be a fun thing to stream. Wonder if I can convince some people. Let's do it.
"I'm struck too, I can help."
And push. 7 Nini lined up beside the old machine. It was definitely heavy, but in a few moments it was pushed aside. There we go. It was all Nini. I believe that too. For some reason I have this impression that she's gonna like just kind of lift something monumentally heavy with just like one hand, just kind of wave it around like this isn't heavy at all. Just walks in, lifts up a building. She flexed where her muscles would be if she had any. A door. Looks like this is the right way. Huh, what's this? Beside the door were 2 screens, one awaiting a password, and another with 4 colored buttons on it. We need a password to open the door. Suddenly, the 4 colored buttons started lighting up, one at a time until it stopped, awaiting input. This looks like one of those kids' memory games. Oh no.
Are you any good at them?
There's one way to find out. Don't mess this up for us. I'll try my best. Nah. I have the memory of a teaspoon. That... As Sev pressed the last button, the screen went dark, before lighting up once more with a word. Enter. Enter? Is that meant to be the password? That's a dumb password. It's like making your password open sesame. But worse. Well, whatever, I'll try it. So we've got a notepad. The father of the date with death. Drawing at. He looks like he's got a turd on his head. This is totally not misappropriating software. My handwriting's not much better than that without a mouse though, unfortunately. The door opened with a low metallic groan that seemed to match the rest of the building. Beyond it was pure darkness. We have to go in there? Stay close to me, Reem. Okay.
It looks scary. I don't want to go.
Seth extended his hand once again to the little girl, who took it eagerly. I'll scare away anything that's hiding in the dark.
Okay.
The sound of something dripping seemed to come from every direction. Somewhere in the distance, chains were dragged slowly against the concrete floor. Sev stuck out his hand, but couldn't even see that in front of his face. Each time an unexpected sound came from somewhere in the dark, Rin let out a low gasp or whimper. Are you okay?
Yeah. You don't think anything is here with us, do you?
know. Of course not. There's got to be something we could use for a little light. Ooh, is this the first rose we've gotten? I don't know. So does that mean we're gonna come back through to this same chapter at some point and he's gonna think of something that they could use? Zev felt through his pockets for anything that could help with the encroaching darkness, but he came up empty. Anything he had in his pockets before, like his phone, was gone. Wait a second, who took all my stuff? Rin? Mikhail? Do you have anything? The answer to his question was silence. Come on, even if you don't, you could answer me. More silence followed. Guys? And then he noticed it. The tiny little warmth that was sitting in the palm of his hand was gone. Nini? Oh, shit. Where did I... Must have gotten split up from the others. Nini, Rin, Mikhail.
Mika?
Nothing. If not even calling him Mika got a reaction from him, then he truly wasn't within earshot. It's okay. I'm fine. I'll just go back the way I came. Every direction seemed to do the same. Darkness, darkness, and more darkness. Suddenly, Sev felt very alone. Ooh, this music. This is a very familiar feeling for a song. Like, it feels very, you know what? It feels very Dragon Age. It has big fantasy vibes. He clutched his head. A pain shot through from the base of his skull all the way to his eyes. He pressed his palms against them, trying to calm the throbbing. Where was that? Another pain shot through his skull. He fell to the ground, his hands still clasped to his eyes. It's not meant to be like this. I made a mistake. Whether he waited for 5 minutes or an hour, he didn't know. Surrounded by a blackness that rivaled the night sky, he waited. Waited for someone, anyone, to help him. But all that awaited him was the end. As the factory fell down around him, one thought entered his mind. Someone has something that can help. Oh, okay. So this is unlocked now. Who was missing? Okay, so this is in... Ooh. So these little offshoots must be bad ends of some description? That's still locked. This is so interesting. So that's locked. We won't be able to get back into that because he... Do we... What's that? The password? Do we need the right... Was that password wrong? I mean, I assume it probably was. Let's see. Do we go back to our unlock? Or do we pick a new one? Let's go back to our unlock and see what happens there. Oh, is it gonna start again? Oh no! Oh, it got me! It's literally what it's called. Oh, that's funny. It... Oh dear. Oh, when the light bulb turns on. Silent, noiseless, but not quite tranquil. It was the kind of quiet that became... It was a kind of quiet that became something more. A silence that pierced through the building, tearing it away from reality and pulling it into its own dimension. A quiet that was both terrifying and calming all at once. I wonder if you're supposed to... I have no idea what order you're supposed to do any of this in. A silence filled the void where humans used to exist. Now, all that was left was the ghosts of those long gone. He did just leave, although I guess he'll probably wake up in darkness every time. But for those lost to humanity regardless, this was their new haven. Sebastian opened his eyes, surrounded by that silence. Where? His hands felt his temples, and he massaged gently, trying to ease the pain that had begun to take over his mind. When that didn't work, he first turned to the room he'd found himself in. Because the first time we did this, he thought back that he was trying to remember the last time, where he was the last time, and he went through a train, a factory, and a church. So I'm not sure if maybe I should do the starter ones of each of those before coming back to this, or if you're supposed to keep starting again from that first one. Ooh, this is also very clever, and I am not. The room was dark. Whether that was because it was night or because the windows had all been covered, Sebastian didn't know. His eyes scanned everything with growing suspicion. I was at home. How did I get here? Is anyone there? Hello? Nothing stirred in the darkness, and everything was still. He jumped to his feet and cautiously took a step forward. The floorboards, damaged from what looked like years of battling against the weather, creaked underneath his careful footsteps. They've got the same background effects as they had with Amelie, so this is just making me feel like this house is the is the one from Amelie. Crossover. Hello? Anyone? No one answered. If there are any ghosts here, I promise I'm not an exorcist. I'm not even sure how I got here, but I don't mean you any harm. I'm just gonna to leave now, okay? Sebastian walked towards what looked to be an entrance to the house. The door was large and imposing, made of faded wood with deep engravings. Thick scratches ran down the wood. Sebastian took the door handle in his hand and attempted to turn it, but was met with a loud click instead. Locked. Yeep. Oh god. Miss Ghost Lady, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to encroach upon your territory, and I really want to leave, like, really, really. So please, would you let me out? I'll never come back. and make sure no one ever disturbs you. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I promise they don't taste good. Look, I'm way too skinny and no meat on my bones. Maybe you don't eat, but maybe you don't eat humans. You want to take over my body? Is that it? I'm sorry, but I really need it. Maybe we can share if you let me go. Sebastian stumbled backwards as his eyes flicking around the room until the back of his legs hit a small packing box. It was taped shut. He said ghost lady. How does he know it's a lady? Did I just miss something? Oh, there's something in there. Sebastian crouched down and put his ear to the box. It was moving from side to side slightly, and a muffled sound came from within. Help me. Come on, Sebastian, you've watched a horror movie or two. Is the ghost more likely to curse me if I open the box or if I leave her in there? Okay, I'm opening it. Here goes nothing. With one swift movement, he ripped the duct tape from the top of the box and pulled open the flaps. Inside was a little girl, with hair almost as pale as the moon, sitting there, huddled into a ball with tears in the corners of her eyes. She did seem to be a ghost. Are you okay? No. Where am I? I don't know, I just woke up over there. Oh. Come on, let's get you out of this box, okay? I really love his interactions with Nini though, like, he's so sweet to her. Even if he is zero brain cells man. And uses her as a human shield, but we can ignore that. Sebastian held out his hand and silently prayed that she wasn't a ghost. When her hand met his, instant relief washed over him. Okay, not a ghost. I thought you were a ghost. Wait, you're not, are you? The little girl shook her head, her long hair flowing from side to side. Okay, well that's good. My name is Sebastian. How about you? My name is Nini. Okay, it's nice to meet you, Nini. I'm not sure how we got here, but it's about time we left, don't you think? Nini nodded her head, using her sleeve to wipe the tears out of the corners of her eyes at the same time. Let's look around the room, alright? Maybe there's other people here. Or if there's not, why is it just the two of us? Sebastian couldn't help but cringe with each step they took around the room. The creaks and groans echoed through the house. If anyone or anything was nearby, they would have been heard easily by now. Sheets laid across much of the furniture, and dust laid across the sheets. Whoever had once lived here had left quite some time ago. Mr. Sebastian? Yeah? I think there's someone over there. Nini pointed into a dark corner of the room. Dated pieces of furniture concealed whatever was hidden behind it. How do you know? I thought I heard someone say something. Okay, well, I'd love to look, but now I'm suddenly thinking about the ghosts again. There's no ghosts here, silly. Ghosts aren't real. Whoa there, little lady. What do you mean? Of course ghosts are real. Really? Yeah. It was the summer of '64 when I met my first ghost. You aren't that old. Nope. Okay, I may never have met a real ghost, but I'm certain this is a haunted house. How do you know? Saul has all the telltale signs. 1, strange noises. That was me though. 2, all the doors are locked. Couldn't someone have locked them? factory. It's way too cold in here.
Is it the middle of winter?
And lastly, I feel like there's someone watching me.
Again, I think that's probably me.
That's how I know this is a haunted house.
Okay, I'll go over there and check myself.
Don't worry, I'll protect you from back here. Send the little girl in. Sebastian gave a thumbs up and a reassuring smile. She nodded back enthusiastically, as if she truly believed he had her back. Oh, you poor sweet child.
If you really are a ghost, I want to help you.
You got this, Nini. She crept closer and closer.
There's someone here.
Sebastian crept closer, looking over Nini's shoulder. Indeed, there seemed to be the shadow of someone lying in the corner of the room, mostly hidden. A chair made out of rotten wood sat in the way. Sebastian tried to pick it up to move it, but the leg instantly snapped off. He picked it up. Now I have a poking stick.
Won't he be upset if we poke him?
Nah, I'm sure he doesn't mind being poked. Hey, hey! Ugh. Well, in the good news, he's not dead.
Yay!
Where? A man with white and black hair sat up rapidly, then scooted in the opposite direction to the little girl and the man with the chair leg. You... Sebastian, don't worry, we're not here to hurt you. Oh, except her. Who knows what she'll do.
Hey, I'm not going to hurt anyone.
Where am I? Well, that I don't know, but I can tell you where you aren't. I don't think it's a circus or a hospital or an aquarium. I'm pretty sure this isn't my house, but not certain on that one. It doesn't look like a school or a... Okay, just shut up. Yes, sir. Hey, what's your name? Mikhail.
I'm Nini.
Alright, Sebastian, Nini. What are we doing here? I don't know. I just woke up a little while ago and found her in a box. A box? Yeah, like a packing box, duct tape shut. Do you know who put you in there? Nini shook her head.
I don't remember anything.
So let me get this straight. None of us remember how we got here. And now we're in some kind of...
haunted house. That's what the Sebastian said anyway.
Fine. A haunted house. Why do I get the feeling if I told you we were in a haunted house, you would have told me to shut up? Because I would have. Mikhail stood from the ground and brushed himself off. Okay, Sev, Nini. We need to get out of here. Where have you searched? What? I said, where have you... No, I mean, what did you call me? Sev. Isn't that your name? Well, people usually call me Sev, but I don't remember mentioning that to you. Do we know each other? You wouldn't have forgotten me if we'd met before. Look at this handsome mug. Yeah, we don't know each other. I wouldn't forget someone with such a big head. Hey, Mika. Mikhail. You seem like a Mika to me. His face turned pink. Call me Mikhail, or I'll use that big head of yours to open the door. Sev put his hands up in fake surrender. Fine, fine. We tried the door, but it won't budge. I don't think even my head would change that, Mikhail. Attention, phantoms. The timer has now begun. You have 2 hours to escape before the house is decimated. Good luck. This time they've... So that was something that I noticed before as well. First time they're in here, or in this path anyway, they're phantoms. In the factory, the voice called them cogs. time appeared from somewhere unseen, projected onto the wall. In front of their eyes, it changed from 2 hours to 1 hour, 59 minutes remaining. What the hell? Who said that? Wasn't me. No shit, Sherlock. It sounded like it came from a speaker. Is someone watching us? Do you think it's some kind of pervert? No. I think it's someone that wants to see all 3 of us dead. That seems worse.
What's going on?
Her large eyes blinked over and over, as if she was trying to stop herself from crying. Sev knelt down to be eye level with her. It's okay. Someone put us in here, but we're going to get out again. You just have to be brave.
Okay.
I need you guys to think. I'm always thinking. Properly, Sebastian. What's the last thing you remember? Nini spoke up first.
I was just at home. That's the last thing I remember.
Sev? I think I was in a train? No, a factory. Or was it a church? Can you be serious for just 5 minutes, please? I am being serious. It's like my memories are all fuzzy. Did you hit your head or something? I don't think so. Well, I can't really remember whether I did or not, so maybe I did. Forget it. Then what about you? I was with someone somewhere. That's very informative, thank you. Like your recount was any better. I love the little pouty faces. Touché. This is going nowhere. Come on, we need to search the rest of the house. Time's already ticking. Following your lead. Someone else. Wait. Mikhail had already moved to lead through what looked like a dark, long corridor. He paused, a look of mild annoyance on his face. What? Please don't say something stupid and waste our time. No, it's just... Aren't we missing someone? Missing someone? Like, shouldn't there be 4 of us? Why? What do you know? Nothing, I don't know anything. It's just a feeling, I guess. We already searched the room. There is no one else. No, we're definitely meant to have 4 people. Sebastian, you're starting to get on my nerves. If... You know what this looks like to me? Someone purposely stalling us. And what if I am? Then I would be led to believe you were also the one who brought us here. Mikhail's body stiffened up. Well, luckily, I'm not. I'm serious. I just feel like we're missing someone important. Fine, then what's their name? I don't know. Ah, here. There we go. Who is missing? Reen.
Reen?
Who? That's who we're missing. We need to find her. If we leave her behind, she might... You're suspicious as all hell. Fine, but if we don't find anyone, I'm going to knock you out and drag you out of here. You got that? Now you're making me doubt myself. Good. Nini, you go look near the door again. I'll take the area where I woke up. Sev, you just do whatever you do. Well, at least he's not just going to leave him there. He's going to drag him out with them. You got it, boss. As the other two busied themselves searching for their respective sections of the room, Sev wandered back towards the spot he found himself had first woken up from. Oil paintings with dark stains sat discarded in the corners of the room. As Sev moved past them, he could have sworn that their eyes followed him, waiting, watching. He tore his eyes away from the portraits and resumed his search. Moss that grew between the floorboards cushioned his step, though nothing would fully mask the creak that seemed to echo all throughout his body. Ninny and Mikhail were like a thing of the past as Sev moved forward and moved further and further into the shadows. Where are you? Who are you? A drop of liquid landed on top of his head. It was ice cold. His eyes travelled upwards, but the ceiling was concealed in darkness. Whatever it was, he wouldn't know, and he thought that was probably for the better. As the brunette pushed aside furniture long broken, he heard it. A gentle whimper. He hastened his actions, tossing and throwing everything to the side without any care, quickly attracting the attention of, which quickly attracted Mikhail and Nini's attention. A young woman, no older than 20, lay sleeping beneath a pile of debris. The three worked together to pull her out and check her for injuries.
Is she hurt?
She's okay, she's just sleeping. I'm not sure if this makes you more or less suspicious. A bit of both? Sev cradled the woman to his chest. Her breathing seemed normal, and there wasn't a scratch on her body. We'll talk about this later. We've got to wake her up and keep moving. Excuse me, miss. Miss, it's time to wake up. She didn't stir, no matter how hard Sev shook her shoulders. This calls for something more serious. Should I be worried? No, it's nothing that bad. When I was in school, my mum could never get me to wake up, so she would hold me down and tickle me until I was blue in the face and passed out. It always worked. If you pass out, wouldn't you be in bed for longer? Oh yeah, that's why I'd get to stay home from school. Useless. It's not useless. You're useless. Hey, miss, what did you say her name was again? Reen. The moment he spoke her name, her eyes fluttered open. They were a deep red, almost the same color as her dress. There's 3 red-eyed people here. Her mouth opened slightly, as if she was about to say something in return, but instead she just smiled. Her eyes locked onto Sev's.
Reen, are you okay?
We should probably ask if her name is really Reen. I mean, this whack job is the one that said that was her name in the first place. Yes, my name's Reen. Do you know me? I don't think so. But he knew you were here somewhere, and your name, apparently. Thank you. Where are we?
A haunted house.
A haunted house? There's yet to be proof it's haunted. Maybe you're all ghosts and you're all haunting me. If I was dead, I wouldn't waste my time haunting you.
Am I really dead?
Don't listen to him, Ninny. With that smile still on her face, Reen stood from the ground and looked around the room. What a dump! I feel like we have a lot to explain. I'll do the explaining while we walk. Come on, into the corridor. Mikhail practically dragged the other 3 out of the room, rushing towards their hopeful exit. Oh, escape was the transition. The room beyond was even more starved for light than the entrance hall. Darkness crept in every corner, waiting for someone to become separated from the group, so they could be devoured completely. Let's make this quick. We were probably kidnapped. We all woke up separately in this room, and we're stuck in some death game with 2 hours. Well, less than 2 hours now to escape. Got it? That's a little... I understand. Do you know who brought us here? No. And we have a little over an hour and a half left. This isn't good. That's putting it mildly. We need to go as quickly as possible and not waste any more time. Do you understand, Sebastian? I like it when you call me Sev more. Right, so we have Sev, Mikhail.
I'm Nini.
Well, this isn't the nicest way to meet, but it's nice to meet you all regardless. It's so dark. I don't suppose any of you saw a light switch? If this house even has lights, it looks old.
There didn't used to be lights?
Not before I invented electricity. Seb?
You invented electricity?
No, he didn't. I did.
Wow.
You are such an asshole. The further the group traveled, the more gloomy the lighting became, until it was almost pitch black. And finally, the hallway ended in a staircase. Beside it was some kind of plaque, although it was unreadable through the darkness. Mikhail ascended a single step of the staircase. Wait. This might be important. If it was important, they wouldn't leave it somewhere we couldn't read it.
I agree. I don't think we should move on before we read it. Yeah.
You're all as bad as each other. Fine. What's your solution then? Because we can't take it with us. Unless any of you are carrying a screwdriver? What can we do? Ooh. Huh. Hey, who turned out the lights? Okay. Such a... Such an interesting intertwining. I have absolutely no idea how they had the brain power to do something like this. I wonder which one that will link to then. Does it come up? Oh, that looks like an ending. Okay, I guess we try this one then. This song. Song really does make me think of Dragon Age. Their voices rose in a chorus, cascading up, 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 far into the sky and beyond, starting as small as a whisper before rising to a crescendo that threatened to pierce even the heavens themselves. Booming, deafening, it echoed through the hall, yet at the same time, it was the most fragile, delicate sound ever to grace your ears. It made you feel at home, yet as if you longed for home. It made you feel at peace, yet as if you wished for peace. And home and peace were far from this place. Sebastian opened his eyes. Behind them, a dull ache that made him want to instead keep them shut and rest for the rest of eternity. Yet he persevered and took in his surroundings. A high ceiling, decorated, as some might say, gaudily. Rows and rows of pews, all lined up and awaiting an audience that seemed to be missing. An altar and an organ, which sat covered in a layer of dust. Where am I? Where is this? The church was covered in a deadly quiet. It felt as if he'd woken up after the world had ended, and he was the last person left. I was at home, and then nothing. Sev stood from his seat and walked slowly between the pews, empty, abandoned. It seemed a little ironic that a place like this would be deserted. A place of faith, of friends and family, but now it was all gone. Now all that was left was a feeling of absence. A ray of light shone in from a window, cascading over the room. And that's when he noticed it. A young woman kneeling in prayer. Give me the strength to go on. And the courage to find a way. Sev stood. It's hard to say Sev when there's a word that starts with ST after it, because all I want to say is Steve. Sev stood a distance away, listening to her quiet words. Most of them were merely whispers, but every now and then he would pick up on what she was saying. Even Sev didn't know how long they stayed like that. The young woman, so fair-looking that she may indeed have been a ghost, locked in prayer, and Sev, who didn't dare interrupt her. Finally, as he was about to make a move, she spoke up. Who are you? My name's Sebastian. Sebastian, do you know where we are? Sev's voice echoed through the large chamber. The young lady's back seemed small, fragile, weak, and her voice cracked as she replied, I don't know. I don't know where this is. We'll try the doors. We could probably work out where we are. I tried them all already. They were all locked and the windows won't break. I can't find any way out. There's no way out. Maybe we've been stranded here for our sins. Well, that's not a great sign. No, it's not. I'm not really one to believe in sins and hell and all that jazz, so I think there's probably another reason we're here. How about you tell me your name? My name? Her words were strained, tinged in pain. She stood from the place, brushed off her dark red dress, and then ran at Sev. Before he had time to react, she had already wrapped her arms around the brown-haired man and buried her face into him. I don't know what my name is. I don't remember. Maybe I never had one in the first place. I don't know where I am or why I'm here, and I'm so scared right now that I could cry. But for some reason, seeing you puts my mind at ease. I feel as though you're important and I can trust you. Awkwardly, Sev wrapped his arms around a young lady and patted her back. Sorry, that must be hard on you. I also have no clue why we're here, but we'll find a way out. By the way, my friends usually call me Sev. You can too if you want. Sev. Okay. How about we... Yeah, and it's different again now. I'm not even quite sure how to pronounce that. Attention, precons. What is that word? The timer has now begun. You have 2 hours to escape before the church is decimated. Good luck. Did that just... Before he could finish his question, a timer appeared on the wall of the church. It was already showing that under 2 hours remained. Escape in 2 hours? Is this some kind of practical joke? They're not a very good clock though, like... The clock has to mean something as well because it displays the time strangely. You're not lying about your amnesia, right? She shook her head, her light hair flicking out around her. I remember nothing. I know you said you tried the door, but there must be a way out of here. Come on, quickly. Got it. Sev and the mysterious, unnamed woman split up, pushing and pulling and trying desperately to budge even a single door. But they wouldn't move an inch. Maybe we need a key, but I don't see any keyholes. It's like they're not even real doors. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're all fake, designed to make us think we have a chance of getting out. Well, I usually like to be a little bit more optimistic than that. If someone put us in here, then there's a way back out. I do have a special skill involving doors that I can show you, if you wanted. Will it open any of them? Probably not. Having given up on breaking any windows or making any of the doors budge, Sev started flipping over anything and everything he could find, searching for, well, anything. Hey, what's this? A phone. A phone? Can you call for help? Sev shook his head. No service. Must be in the middle of nowhere. Of course. I'll hold on to it anyway. We might need it. The room fell into silence as the two strangers contemplated what was going on. They begged and pleaded for some answer to call out to them from the dark, to show them the way. Do you think we're the last people on Earth? I hope not. Why? Between the loneliness of being the last people alive and being dead, there's no competition. That's true. Also, I'm just getting this... I'm just saying this now in case I end up being right. I don't want any kids. Works for me. I don't either. For the first time, the girl cracked a smile. It was glorious, radiant and beautiful. Your dress is nice, by the way. You look like you're from the past. Thank you. As if to answer their previous prayer, for someone to call out from the dark to save them, a muffled voice came from somewhere behind the organ. Ugh. Please don't be zombies. Please don't be zombies. Or vampires. Unless they're white-haired and call you darling. The girl, curious, sprung to her feet and walked behind the organ. A gasp followed.
What the?
Is everything okay?
There's a coffin back here.
The colour drained from Sev's face. A game of life or death he could deal with. Being possibly kidnapped he could deal with. I knew it was going to be zombies.
As Sev approached, the coffin shook and trembled.
Whatever was inside wanted out. Now.
What's with sealing people in different kinds of boxes?
I don't know if it's worse for it to be a coffin or for it to be a moving box. Is someone locked in there? You know what? I don't think this is at all relevant and we can find somewhere else to explore. She put her ear to the coffin just in time for a muffled yell to escape it. Oh god. Oh no. Sorry lady, but I can't do this. Look, there's some kind of panel there. We can put in a password. I really think we should. There must be a password somewhere in here. Aren't you afraid?
Of what?
Coffins usually, you know, hold dead bodies.
But listen, whatever's in there is obviously not dead.
That's so much worse. How can you not see how much worse that is?
You stay here while I go around and look for a code.
Wait, don't leave me here.
She instantly left him there.
He's such a little coward. Don't make any sounds, okay?
Oh, it's Murloc.
I said don't make any sound.
The coffin started shaking.
Oh, move. Bad coffin. Shush. Be quiet. This is how I'm gonna die. From a zombie attack in a church in the middle of nowhere. Boo. Ah! Oh, look at the little cat mouth. She's got a little cat mouth. That's not funny. Did you find anything?
Seems to me like you don't want to get that open.
No, never.
Well, lucky for you, I found nothing.
Phew.
But unlucky for you, I think it has something to do with the phone you found.
I take back my few.
This thing, huh? I'll take a look. Oh.
It needs an unlock code.
What? A second code? Can't even find one. I don't know it.
And you already checked out everywhere?
The unnamed girl nodded. There's nothing anywhere. Nothing I can find anyway. Sev stared at the lock screen. It was almost like somewhere on the edge of his consciousness he knew it. Those 4 simple numbers. But no matter how hard he stared at it, no matter how much he racked his brain, he didn't know the code. It's probably like, I don't know, 69. We must be missing something. Come on, let's check around again. I thought you didn't want it open. I don't, but I don't want to die even less than that, and that timer is already going down fast. Already the timer was below 1 hour 30 minutes. What was once a respectable but somewhat dusty church became what could almost be described as a bomb zone. Furniture had been upturned, pushed aside, flipped on their sides, searching for something, searching for anything that would give them a clue how to proceed. Seconds became minutes, minutes snowballed into an hour, and soon the clock ticked down on 10 minutes. This is no good, is it? You can't give up now. The girl shook her head. It's okay. You're tired, aren't you? Sev's clothes were already darkened from dust and dirt. His face was covered in a layer of sweat. In the past hour, he'd truly torn this place apart. He was left panting and gasping for air as he collapsed onto the one pew that was left standing. The young woman, with hair and skin so fine, sat down next to him. It's probably if there's one left standing, that's probably the one that the things, the information they need is on. It's always in the last or only place you don't look. I suppose this is the end. Don't say that. It's okay. I know when to give up. It's a shame because I feel like the future had more in store for us. I don't know why. No funny jokes? I'm sorry. I've missed something. This is my fault. She shook her head. Maybe this is for the best. How do you come to that conclusion? Maybe there really is a zombie in there, and by not letting it out, we're saving the world. You think so? No, but it makes me feel a little better. Maybe we're not even on Earth anymore. Maybe we're in some alien planet. Or maybe we're test subjects in a lab somewhere. Maybe this is all a TV show and people with cameras will come out any second now. Sev? Sorry, I'm rambling. No. Thank you for sticking with me. It was the least I could do. Maybe we'll meet in the next life. Maybe we will. Warning. 10 seconds remain. The time ticked down under 10 seconds. The girl closed her eyes, awaiting whatever was coming to them. Goodbye, Sev. Goodbye, The building collapsed in on itself. All that remained was a pile of rubble. In his last moment, Sev thought of one name in particular. Reen.
That is so weird.
They just done got crushed. Okay, so nothing else is unlocked this time. So... Oh, okay, so this bottom... Oh. What? Mikhail doesn't have any bad ends? So the top line... Oh, okay, then it maybe... Although it looks like a branch rather than just a stop. Could she have a good and a bad ending that's, like, canon to the story? Ooh. So this is... Top line... Sev. Second line is Nini. Third line is Reen. And then the bottom line is... Mika. Right. I guess we click on Mika now. The rumbling came from deep within the metal beast. A sound of pure, strong strength, of steel, of speed faster than a human could ever move. It swayed left and right, slowly, rhythmically, enough to lull one into a deep sleep. Turning a corner, it hissed. Holding on desperately to the tracks laid before it. Perhaps the people inside that metal beast may have stayed soundly asleep if not for the low, mournful dirge of the horn that echoed throughout the chambers. Sebastian opened his eyes. His head pounded to a rhythm that seemed to match the swaying of the room he was in. His eyes passed from wall to wall to the scenery that sped by just outside the door windows, and finally to the man who rested his head on his shoulder. Who's that? Oh, that would have been a cute CG. Ugh, the problem with limited time, limited resources, and a tight and sometimes a deadline at all, but especially a month-long deadline, is you write things and then you can't put CGs to them. There's so many places in my games that I like desperately need CGs, but we just can't do it. His hair was unruly, tousled in a way that made Sev think that he'd been asleep for some time. Unconsciously, he reached up to tame his own messy locks. The man's hair was white and black, almost perfect except for the obvious regrowth you could see on one side, you could see from so close. Oh, His head pounded harder as he stared at the man's sleeping face, an electric pain that sat behind his eyes. Mika. Mikhail! Mika, wake up! Sev held on to Mikhail's shoulders, carefully shaking him until his eyes opened drearily. It was like looking into the mirror to the past. The man named Mikhail who first... The man named Mikhail first looked around the room, before moving on to glance outside the window at the scenery that passed by in a blur. And lastly, his eyes went to Sebastian. He froze for a moment before wincing his eyes in pain, as if his head was throbbing just the same. Sev? Last time I checked. Sorry, I must have fallen asleep. We were not on a train, if I remember correctly. Sure looks like we're on a train to me. Mikhail sighed before standing from his seat and looking around. Yeah, we're on a train now, but why? Usually trains are for traveling from one place to another at a decent pace. No shit. Although some would say that trains themselves are becoming obsolete and there's better methods for travels from one place to another. Alright, thanks asshole, that's enough about trains. Mikhail forcefully covered Sev's mouth with her hand. Is he gonna lick him? Please. Lick him. A sound of muffled words could be heard clearly, though, which led Mikhail to believe that he was indeed still muttering about trains. Hey, shut up, look. Letting go of his mouth and praying the talk of forms of travel had ceased, Mikhail pulled Sev up to stand beside him before nodding in the direction of a seat further down the carriage. A woman with incredibly light hair sat upright in a seat, her eyes still closed as she breathed steadily. The two men inched closer. Her dress was a deep dark red. Sitting as she was, she looked more like a doll than a living human. Her skin was pristine, perfect, her eyelashes long and dark. When Mikhail and Sev were close enough to touch her, did they notice there was someone else asleep on her lap? A young girl, no older than 6 or 7, or than 7 or 8. Her hair and skin were equally as perfect as pristine as the lady she rested on. Together like that, rather than dolls, they seemed like statues. Who are you? Oh! Automatically, Sev stood in front of Mikhail, shielding him. The woman's voice was cool and calm, but perhaps that only made it more threatening. He'll stand in front of Mikhail and protect him, but he lets the little girl shield him.
dog.
I'm Sebastian, this is Mikhail. We woke up on this train with no idea how you got here? Yeah, you know something about that? Mikhail's voice was tinged with accusation. Mika, it's okay. The current unnamed woman shook her head, her long hair swaying from side to side with her. Phew. I thought you might have been the ones who brought me here, but it doesn't seem like that at all. Her voice, which was so calm and collected only a moment before, finally relaxed, tinged with warmness. My name is Reen. She nodded towards the little girl still asleep in her lap. I woke up a short while ago and found this girl crying. I'm not sure who she is. Poor thing. Then wake her up already. But it's probably important if we at least get her name. Right. Rin gently stroked the girl's hair until her big eyes finally fluttered open. She sat up and looked at the newcomers warily, her eyes dashing from Rin back to the two unknown men as if asking if they were safe. Rin nodded to her. She's so tiny, she almost doesn't come up past the text box. Did you also get brought here? Brought here? I remember someone carrying me here. Well, that's not a good sign. And Sev knelt down so he could be on the same level as the girl. Hey, it's going to be okay. We'll work out why we're here and you can go home to your family, okay? But first, why don't you tell us your name? My name's Sebastian, but you can call me Sev. That's Mikhail, but you can call him Mikhail. He secretly likes it if you call him Mika. Don't tell him I told you. Mikhail looked away, a tinge of pink on his cheeks. And we just met Rin. You and Rin are friends, right? She nodded furiously. My name is Nini. Well, it's nice to meet you, Nini. You two seem to know each other pretty well. Of course, Mika and I go way back. We happened to live next to each other growing up, and happened to go to the same school, and happened to be in the same class every year. Then happened to go to the same high school and the same college. Either he was stalking me or the universe was telling me we were meant to be friends. I'm not a stalker. Sure, but the evidence points to... I'm not a stalker. End of story. Alright, sure. He leaned in close to Nini and Fate whispered into her ear. Careful, he might be a stalker. Ugh. Nini giggled, and Rin seemed to brighten up too. We're passengers now. Attention, passengers. The timer has now begun. You have 2 hours to escape before the train is decimated. Good luck. Did anyone else just hear that? Decimated? What does that word mean? Well, that's... destroyed. Completely and utterly. That can't be serious. 2 hours to escape a moving train or we'll die? This isn't a movie. Am I going to die? No, of course not. We're not going to die. A silence befell the group. I think they might already be. I think they're all ghosts going through some kind of purgatory. He did say something about making a mistake in that first Nini one, so I'm not sure whether he's talking about, like, he got the password wrong, or, like,
Is there something else that we haven't seen yet? Just as that thought crossed Sev's mind, the carriage began to sway heavily, wheels screeching on the track. Oh, they're about to get Final Destination. What's that on the wall? Projected on the wall was a time, the seconds ticking by. 1 hour, 57 minutes. Screw this. If we need to escape, then let's just do it the easy way. In an instant, Mikhail broke the security glass on the fire extinguisher and picked up the heavy metal object. He brought it to his side and then swung, smashing the window. Or at least that's what he expected to happen. Instead, the fire hydrant simply bounced right off the glass. Not even a scratch graced its surface. Say you did manage to break the glass. Then what? Are you going to jump from a moving train? Of course not. I was still working on that part of the plan. The carriage is really starting to shake. I don't know, the guy said we have 2 hours and all, but do you think there's any train that this carriage will be decimated before then? Quite possibly. For now, I think we should take that voice seriously and play along. Then the only way forward is that door. Sev and Mikhail rushed over to the door and tried the handle. The lock clicked, not moving an inch. Anyone happen to wake up with a key in their pocket? Wouldn't that be convenient? Hey, what's this? Next to the door was a panel with a screen and a keyboard. It says it needs a password. What's with all the passwords? This is so weird. Password, of course it does. None of you signed us all up for a magnetic escape room, right? That would be much more fun. Let's search the cabin. There must be something around. Nini, would you like to look around with me? Yes? Rin took her hand gently, and they began to search between the seats. Ugh. I don't have any debts, I try not to make any enemies, and yet I still end up in a place like this. Maybe it'll be fun. Oh, maybe we're actually on a TV show, and at the end someone will jump out and say it's all a prank. Uh-huh. Yeah, of course, very elaborate setup for a TV show. By now, the carriage had begun shaking quite violently. The noise it made was one of pure terror, of steel screeching against steel, ready to break away at any moment. Sev quickly went to work, searching. On the chairs, on the floor, on the walls, but found little of anything. Not only that, but everything was polished and clean. Something you would never usually see on public transport. Yeah, I hate public transport. Was this made just for us? Hey, Sev, look. Something came flying through the air, aimed directly at Sebastian's head. With instincts so honed, he moved quickly to catch it. And quite obviously missed, because his instincts weren't honed at all, and he honestly would usually prefer to sit at home in his pajamas and play video games and do anything that would hone his instincts. Mood. A bag of something hit him across the face before falling into his lap. Marshmallows? Oh, Mika, you shouldn't have. Remember that camping trip we went on in school? The one where the raccoon broke into our tent and ate all your cereal? Hey, don't laugh. I didn't get to eat any cereal that whole trip. Hey, think I know. Wait, I think that's a real story. I'm quite certain that that is a real life reference to one of the developers' camping trips. Except it wasn't a raccoon. That has like a memory tingle for me there. I'm pretty sure that was a possum, and that's an actual thing that happened to one of the devs. That's what you get. That. Why? You should have offered the raccoon something to eat in the first place, then maybe he wouldn't have resorted to stealing. Ugh, I don't know why I bothered asking. Anyway, why don't we toast these marshmallows? I think we're lacking a key element for roasting marshmallows. That's what you think, but take a look at this. From his pocket, it was Mikhail. Mikhail pulled out a packet of matches. Ooh. So we just have to light the train on fire and roast marshmallows until we're decimated then. Maybe after we escape. Good idea. I think I found something. Mikhail and Seb turned around to the little girl. In her arms was a briefcase that looked so gigantic when held by her, but regular size once Seb took it from her. Luckily, it opened with ease. Inside was a single newspaper clipping. The word decimates is starting to become quite strange to me. 4 die in train accident that completely decimates the area. Well, if that's not encouraging, I don't know what is. I'm scared. It'll be okay. Sev here might be an idiot, but you can depend on the rest of us. That's right. Mika is so dependable. But moving on from that, there must be some kind of clue here. This is all you guys found in the entire carriage? I found marshmallows. This is all you guys found of use in the entire carriage? I believe so. I didn't find anything else. Then this is it. Let's take a look carefully. Oh my goodness. Find the 7-word code somewhere in the newspaper. You can click any letter to add it to the code. If you need another hint, click the hint button. Oh, everything lights up. Oh no. 4 dead in train accident that decimates the area. Shortly after 4:15 p.m. on the 27th of December, a train carrying flammable materials crashed. Unfortunately, everyone on board was killed on impact. Rather than call for help, it's assumed that those on board tried to reach the engine room to stop the rampaging train. Very soon after, it crashed, decimating the area. It's believed that no one else was harmed due to the explosion. Volunteers is currently searching the area. Exactly why it crashed is unknown. Oh. I don't know. Oh, there's a right. There's a 7 limit. Haven't got a clue. Pay close attention to how each sentence begins. Ah. I see. I got it. Survive. The code is survive. Survive? Right. The first letter to every sentence. How clever. A little ironic when they're putting us through a death game, but whatever. The carriage swayed side to side, shaking as if it was on its last legs. Quickly, let's try the code. Sev dropped the briefcase and newspaper clipping and rushed to the door. The panel beside it stood waiting, blank, ready for the magic word that would open the way to the next carriage. The door began slowly opening with a creak. But Mikhail couldn't be that patient. With all his strength mustered, he forced the door open, pulling Sev, Reen and Nini through. Just in time. Behind them, the carriage broke free from its restraints. Sparks flew around as it tipped, teetered and rolled down the cliff that sat just beside the precariously placed track. The four stood in dread, eyes fixed on the spot they had been standing just moments before. In its place, a sheer drop. Did the train just... Yep, it just got... Don't say it. Decimated. Hey, she said it, not me. Nini clung to Rin, shaking. So not only do we have a 2-hour time limit, but there's also some unknown limit on each carriage? That doesn't seem very fair. Nothing about this is fair. Why us? What did we do to deserve this? Apart from Nini, does anyone remember anything about how they got here? Nothing. I can't even remember what I was doing before this. Neither. Have they messed with our memories then? If you start questioning our memories, then where does that stop? We could all have done something bad and this is our punishment, and we just don't remember. One of us could be the person that put us in here and we just don't remember. Hell, you and I might be strangers, Sev. Anything could be possible. I guess so. But now, why don't we focus on getting out of here? And how exactly does moving from carriage to carriage help us with escaping? What? Do you know something we don't? No, it's not that.
Then why even bother suggesting it? Mikhail, stop it. Well, it's a fuck ton more helpful than you've been, isn't it?
Oh, she's fiery.
Slowly, Sev reached down and covered Nini's ears, who was looking around the group curiously. Rin's air of sophistication, of careful, cool words dissipated, and under it was a heat filled with rage. Do you think I want to be stuck here? No, I don't. Do you think I want to do this? No, I don't. But we all watched that happen to the last carriage. Do you want to just sit around and wait for that to happen to us? Well, no. I'm so tired of this already. Nini gingerly pulled away from Sev's hands, then opened her mouth to speak.
If we get to the front of the train, wouldn't there be an engine room?
Where else would the conductor sit?
Then can't we just turn it off?
Right. Then I suggest we start looking around. Rin turned on her heels and left. I think you should apologize.
Me? Why?
You made her kinda upset. She's stuck here like the rest of us. Fine, whatever. Mikhail walked after her, leaving Seb alone with a curious-looking Nini. Shall we look around together, little lady?
You can't actually bring his head into the same shot as her. I wonder if they had massive regrets putting in someone so tiny when you then have to maneuver a camera around.
Shall we look around together, little lady? The joke I could make at newbie's expense. Possessed by the spirit of Sierra. Shall we take a look around together, little lady? Innie sprung up from her place and wrapped her arms quickly around Seb. Whoa there, is something wrong?
Mr. Sebastian, are you scared?
Just call me Seb. I'm not that old, you know. And yeah, I am. Don't tell Mikhail though, he might laugh at me.
How could you be scared but still keep going?
Because there's no other choice. When you're scared, do you want to run away? To curl into a ball and cry?
Yes, I'm much weaker than you.
No, I feel the same.
You're a weak scaredy cat too?
Ouch. That's right. You know, true strength isn't not being scared, it's being scared but persevering. And you're persevering. You're strong. And we'll get out of here, all four of us together.
Thank you, Sevi.
Sevi, that's a new one.
Why do you go by Sev, not Seb though?
It sounds cool?
Maybe your full name is actually Sebastian?
Now that would strike fear into the hearts of my enemies.
You have enemies?
Oh, no, it's just...
Could they have brought us here?
She's too pure?
Maybe.
Guess we have to stay on our toes, huh?
Sebi, Mika is your friend and not your enemy, right?
Yeah, we've always been friends. Where did you two meet? Oh, that's easy. Sebastian's head throbbed once again. The pain running down to his ears and neck. We met. Where was it again? Mikhail and I. Are you okay? I'm sorry, we met in school. Hey, Seb, Nini, come here. What is it? We searched the rest of the carriage, but all we found was this closed door. But when we turned around, the door was open. The room was small and the inside was dark. There looked to be enough room for a single person to stand in there. You sure it's not a toilet? Why, you need to go? Not really. You want to go together? Shut up and stop being weird. You want to go to the toilet together? Dunny run between friends. As they bickered back and forth, Seb with a smile on his face and Mikhail with an angry blush, a screen turned on within the room. Oh. I'll take a look. Hey, wait. As soon as Sev stepped into the room, the door slid shut behind him and locked with a click. Ah, shit. He banged his fist against the door. No response. Pulled on the handle. Nothing. Then it has to be this. My secret skill. He took a few steps back. Quite literally 2 steps. Considering the size of the room. And stared dead on at the door. You're done. Before running at the door, full speed. Guess that didn't work either. All it did was make his entire body ache. He's such an idiot! Oh, this man has no brain. This man is the equivalent of an orange cat. Orange runs through his blood. Let's take a look at this screen then, shall we? Huh. Looks like there's a question on there. What's your favorite food? What the hell? Is there some kind of pervert running this thing? Just want to use this as a chance to get to know me, huh? You start with an easy question, then start asking me about where I live, what I'm wearing, all that kinds of stuff. Fine, I'll play along. What is your favorite food? I don't know, they found marshmallows, so I'm just gonna go with marshmallows. Cat. You were an animal. Which would you be? Cat. How good looking would you rate yourself? What question is that? I feel like Sev would give himself a high score. We'll go a 7 for him. What's your lucky number?
As Seb typed in his final answer, the screen went black and the door finally slid open.
Enjoy, pervert.
Light poured into the room and stinging his eyes. Phew. Are you okay? Did they do anything bad to you in there? Did they probe you? Hey, a little girl should know about probing. I'm fine. I just got asked some questions. Where's Mika? Mikhail stood a distance away, looking at the window quietly. Did something happen? Rian looked away, unsure what to say. Look there! Nini pointed to the wall, where a panel had slid away to reveal a monitor. We had to answer questions about you. Oh. So that's what happened. Well. Lucky I went in then, huh? You had Nika, self-proclaimed Sebastian Stalker, to answer for you. Actually, when the door first closed, I tried my special trick. Want to know what that is? Every glass door I've owned I've accidentally ran through. I thought maybe my ability to break doors would work here, but it was no good. Is everything alright? I couldn't answer a single one. Wait, not even one? I mean, I guess I could understand if you messed up one or two, but... Ugh. No need to feel bad. This is stressful for all of us, right? Your brain probably switched off or something. More than usual, that is. Where Mikhail would usually react to Seb's poorly timed joke, he looked away. I guess so. Let me... Mika, you go in. I'll handle the answers, okay? Sev looked up to the remaining time. 1 hour, 20 minutes remained. The carriage had already begun to sway and shake. Sure. The door shut behind Mikhail as he walked into the room. For some reason at that moment, his back seemed especially small and fragile. Are you worried about him, Sevi? He'll be alright. He always is. I have his back. He's lucky to have you. I'm lucky to have him. Here we go. He started answering the questions. Look. What is Mikhail's favorite color? I don't know. It's not actually a color, but... Where does Mikhail dream of visiting? I don't know. Oh, Emrys's kitchen. Look, I did have Magnus in my head, but, you know. The Merriment Cafe. Could be. Oh man, I'm not good with inputs like this. I don't know. Home. How old is Michaela? Mikhail. And they went through college. I have no idea. Middle name? I don't know.
colour had long drained out of Sev's face. It was as if the answers were there, somewhere, rattling. His middle name is probably not Turtle. Rattling around his brain, but he couldn't quite grasp them. Or were they never there in the first place? Hell, you and I might even be strangers, Sev. Sebastian? Ugh. At some point, the door had slid open and Mikhail had stepped out. Seeing the look on Sev's face, he couldn't help but feel disappointed. It's like my memories are all fuzzy. The numbers say 1 hour left. We're running out of time. Nini, listen to me. I want you to go in there and answer these questions as simply as possible, okay?
But what if I don't know how to spell something?
You'll be okay. You're a smart girl. Just try your best. I can't ask any more of you than that.
Okay.
Before anyone could argue, Rin had guided Nini to the room, and the door had slid shut behind her. One by one, the questions started popping up on the screen. Rin considered each carefully, taking her time to answer each attentively. Minutes later, the door to the room slid open for the final time, and Nini bounded out.
Did I do okay?
Rin smiled warmly, gently stroking her hair. You did fantastically. Look, the screen's changed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need a guide. There's absolutely no way that I'm not gonna need one. On it was a single, simple word. Live. Or live. Live? I would say that's our code to continue. Sev, will you do the honor? Yeah. Quickly, the group approached the door, and Sev poised his fingers above the keyboard. The door opened wide with a groan, much faster than the last. Nini and Rin led the way, and Sev followed after them. Mika? Sorry. There's nothing to... Before he could finish his sentence, the ground below Mikhail let out a roar as it began to tumble away from the rest of the train. Mikhail! Sev reached out and grabbed the man, holding onto his arm tight, and pulled him into the next carriage just in time. Shit. You don't need to say sorry to me. We're friends. There's no need for that. Not between us. Sev's grip on Mikhail had tightened without him even realizing, and the two were so close together they could feel each other's breath. Are you two alright? Sev let go of Mikhail's arm and quickly stepped away, for some reason embarrassed. Mikhail's actions mirrored his as his face started to deepen 3 shades of red. Rin, what was that about? Do you two actually know each other? They've got the same coloured hair and same coloured eyes. Sev motioned towards Nini. How she'd been able to guess each other's answers didn't seem right. Nini shook her head furiously. I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, wait, that was new. For some reason, I just knew. Maybe because she's a child, it was easy to guess. Fine, I'll leave you for now, but if there's anything you're not telling us that could help, then I wish you would say. There's nothing else to say. I don't know anything. I wish I had the answers for you, but I'm just confused as you are. Fine, Mikhail. He turned to speak to Mikhail, but he'd already left with Nini to search around the carriage. Lovers quarrel? Do we look like lovers? Maybe. Cat mouth is so cute. He doesn't feel like that about me. Well, how do you feel about him? Is this a dating show or are we fighting for our lives right now? Just making conversation. We're both just a little confused. It's no big deal. You'll sort it out. You always do. Right? Yeah, right. Then why? Why is it that when I think back on the years we spent together, it's all so fuzzy? You should go talk to him. There's nothing worse than words left unsaid. There will come a time when you won't get a chance to say them anymore. Thanks, Rin. And sorry for your interrogation earlier. Rin shook her head and smiled warmly. You can never be too careful. I trust you, so I hope you can trust me. Yeah. Sev turned away from Rin and cast his eyes over the new carriage. Compared to the other two, this one looked suspiciously more like a regular pedestrian train, which looked suspiciously more like a regular pedestrian train. This carriage was somewhat more bare. If there were ever seats, they'd been long ripped out. It seemed more like a carriage designed to carry cargo. Cargo? Cargo where? I guess, in this case, we're the cargo. Two doors sat on either wall, leading to places yet unknown. It seemed like neither Nini or Mikhail had opened either door yet, and were mostly caught up in chatting while searching around the new space. Sev rubbed at the back of his neck awkwardly as he stepped closer to the two, who were crouched down. Surprisingly, Nini had a smile on her face, while Mikhail was looking flustered. Don't worry, Mika. You must still be sleepy after waking up. It's okay to forget things sometimes. My name is Mikhail. Wait, there was this one time my brother forgot me at the park, but he said it was an accident and came back later. And my grandma, when I stayed with her for a while because Mummy and Daddy wanted me to go away, she accidentally left me at the supermarket, but I found my way back. Wait, this has happened more than once? And then my dad, Anyway, it doesn't matter. As long as Sevi is important to you, then don't you think everything would be okay? Maybe what's in your head doesn't matter as much as what's in your heart. Talking about me? Ugh. Mikhail jumped with so much enthusiasm, Sev wouldn't have been surprised if he had hit his head on the ceiling. Hi! Now who's the stalker? I mean, it's a pretty small space. Not really many places I can go. Then you're an eavesdropper. That I can't deny. For your information, no. We weren't talking about you. Really? Sounded suspiciously like Nini was giving you love advice. Love? Shut up. Go away. Just fall out of the train already, okay? Alright, fine. If that's what you want. Sev started walking backwards, straight towards the door that led to the straight drop. Well, it was nice knowing you, Mika. You too, Nini. No, Sevi, don't! Ignore him. He just wants attention. Boo-hoo. No one loves me. I love you. Aw, aren't you a cutie? Much better than Mika. It's not hard. And my name is Mikhail. Mika. Mikhail. Mika? Mikhail. Michael. I'm going to push you out of the carriage myself. Fine, fine, Mikhail. Somehow that sounds worse. Fine, then let's stick to Mika. Nini, can I ask you something? You said you remembered someone bringing you here, didn't you? Kind of. Can you tell me more? I don't really... It's, like their face was kind of blurry and then I fell asleep. It's strange you're the only person that remembers anything. Nini shook her head, expressing how confused she was about it herself. It's okay though. What about Reen guessing all your answers back there? Are you sure you've never met? I don't know. I don't remember her, but maybe. No need to stress. We'll work it out. Did you two find anything? Nothing. There's nothing whatsoever that would give the code in here. It must be in those rooms. Which you haven't checked yet? Well, have you checked them? I guess not. Then shall we? Nini, let's check this room together, okay? Why don't we all just look together? Reen didn't answer. She simply winked back at Mikhail. You know when they split up in horror movies, people turn up dead. Don't scare Nini. Don't worry, I'm not scared. She opened the door, which seemed to lead to some kind of cabin, before closing it behind the two of them. Wanna go check it out? Yeah. We don't have much time left. Sev and Mikhail both glanced up at the time. 40 minutes left. 40 minutes remained. We can't be far from the engine room now. You know, the longest train in the world carries 682 cars. That is not helping. He's a train nerd. That is just... so mental illness. Special interest. I'm just saying, we could be really far away from the engine room. Yeah, I got what you were saying. I'm telling you not to say it. Aye aye, Captain. But we're not on a ship. Shut up and get in there. The room inside was and there was only one bed. The room inside was cramped, as to be expected of such a small space, but immaculate. It seemed as if the two men had stepped into another world when compared to the bleakness of the carriage just beyond the door. Fresh roses sat on the desk. Even from a distance, Mikhail could smell them. Not fake. I suppose we haven't been stuck in here for too long at least. Mikhail let go of Sev after pulling him into the room and turned his back to the brown-haired man. There's got to be something in here, somewhere. There looks to be many things in here. Don't make me clarify. Obviously, I mean something useful. Well, I'm here. You need to get your hearing checked. I didn't say something useless. Ouch. Hey, I know you love me, really. I do not. No need to deny it. You are literally the biggest asshole I've ever met. What a compliment. Which is strange because you're also the nicest person I've ever met. You're such a weirdo. Mikhail, do you promise you don't remember how we got here? I already told you. The last thing I remember, I think we were on the way to the cinema? That movie you wanted to see came out. The cinema, but the last thing I remember... His head throbbed, pounded, desperately tried to stop him from thinking. Weren't we going somewhere? On the way to the airport? Airport? I don't remember anything like that. Who are you? Who am I? Do we even really know each other? Are you lying to me? Are our memories not real? Ugh. Holding his head, Sev fell to the wooden floor. Sev, are you okay? I'm fine. You're not fine. Come on, let me get you under the bed. There's no time. There's no point getting off this stupid train if you kill yourself along the way. Mikhail quickly helped Sev to his feet, then to the bed. It was ridiculously comfortable, more so than any train bed had any right to be. Thanks, Mika. Do we really know each other? What? You said it before. If they messed with our memories, we could be total strangers. Is that what you think? That everything we have is make-believe? I don't know. I really don't know. That really hurts, you know.
Oh, baby boys.
You're telling me that every memory we have together is fake? Before Sev could react, Mikhail had already pulled him backwards onto the bed and wrapped his thin arms around him. My 9th birthday party. You were the... The one where you accidentally lit your shirt on fire? When we graduated from high school and you tripped over in that puddle? Mika, when you... After my mum died, and you stayed with me for a week, I didn't mean... None of that is real? I'm sorry. What did you say about there being no need for sorries between us? I don't want you to say you're sorry. I want you to say you're wrong. Oh, Mika, I'm never wrong. Sebastian. Now I'm in trouble. I have to be wrong then. Because I don't want any of that to be fake. At all. But if I'm right, and if we really are two strangers, then does it matter? What? What was it Nini said to you? What's in your head doesn't matter as much as what's in your heart? Kind of cheesy, and I kind of want to die after hearing that in my own voice, but she's a smart kid. Mika, even if we get out of here and found that we'd never met, that something with our memories isn't right, then I wouldn't care. We can just make new memories together, right? It's purple. Huh? My favorite. Oh, so is mine. My favorite color is purple too. My favorite color is purple. I want to visit Iceland and see an Arctic fox. I'm 22. Julian. I was close. I had him at 24. I also had black, which is not too far off purple. I'm 23. My middle name is Julian. What else do you want to know? No, you don't need to tell me all at once. We'll have the rest of our lives to work it out, right? Sebastian, I need to tell you something. It's important, so can you not be an idiot for just 1 minute? Yeah. The truth is, well, it's that... I kind of... Look, I'm in... Sevi! Mika! Oh. Rin quickly covered both Nini's eyes. She flailed around, trying to be free of her hands. As Mikhail and Sev both jumped out of the bed, Rin instantly turned around, either truly embarrassed or feigning it enough to be believable. Are you two decent? We never weren't. Really? It seemed to me you were canoodling in the bed together. It's not like that. Of course not. Nini, go back into the other room. But... We'll be there in a second. The two men waited patiently as Nini left, and the room was filled with silence. Whether she would scold them or not, they weren't sure, but they felt like two schoolboys in trouble. Sorry, I realize we don't have the time to be wasting. What? I'm not upset. You're not? She shook her head. A gentle smile rose to her face. I'm happy to see the two of you, well, happy. Together. I've just been worried, you know? About what? It's hard to explain. But seeing the two of you fighting makes me feel... upset, I guess. Come on, we found something in the other room. Rin left first, leaving Mikhail and Sev alone with only her words as company. She's actually really nice, isn't she? I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was about to put us both in our places. We didn't do anything wrong. Apart from waste valuable time. But that's fine sometimes, I guess. Maybe more when our lives don't hang in the balance. Oh, before we go, what were you about to say? It's nothing important. It can wait until we get out of here. Let's catch up with Rin and Nini then. Oh, he was about to say, I love you. Looks like the lovebirds are finished. Rin, what's a lovebird? It means... Well, you see, Nini, a lovebird is actually a type of parrot that's native to the forests and savannas. Right, that's it. That is definitely what I meant. What did you find? Nini, show it to Mika.
With an exasperated sigh, Mikhail took a small piece of paper from Nini. It seemed to have some strange symbols on it. Or at least, a bit of a strange symbol. It appeared to be one piece of 4. I can't really tell what it is from such a small piece. Is it really the code to open the door? What if it's just some trash? Did you find anything better to look into while you were canoodling? I don't canoodle. And I especially don't canoodle with him. Mika, you're breaking my heart here. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize you were born with one. Mika, you're so funny. Thanks, I am pretty funny, aren't I? Much less funny when you say it yourself. It's like laughing at your own joke. Oh, you should be your own #1 fan. She is being taught the art of banter. Nini's eyes were filled with wonder. If she had a notepad and a pencil, she'd definitely have written down what he just said. Whoa, that was actually kind of cool. I'll direct your eyes to the time we have left. 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And we don't have much longer. And we don't know how much longer we have to go. Yeah, hurry up, you guys. The other pieces must be in here somewhere. Let's take a look. A comfortable looking chair sat beside a small table. On top of it, absolutely nothing that interested Sev in the slightest. Still, he searched around the area and came up with nothing. Until he felt under the table, where a piece of paper was taped to it. Who does that? Tape something to the bottom of a table. Whoever put us here, obviously. Touché. The desk to the right of the room was relatively bare, minus the bunch of roses and a lamp. Is it going to be like the note in the roses or something? While Mikhail busied himself over the other side of the room, Sev quickly checked the drawers. A Bible. Does anyone actually read hotel Bibles? A notepad. Hey, Nini could have used this a minute ago. And something that was sticky to the touch. That Sev wanted to try to forget instantly. What are you touching? Ew. I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it. I'm going to expel this memory from my mind and never use it, and never use that hand to eat again. Well, while you were busy fingering that unknown substance, look what I found. Looking awfully proud of himself, Mikhail held a slip of paper between his fingers. Yeah. Oh, by the way, look at this. Sev held up his hand, but Mikhail peeled closer, trying to find out what he was looking for. He wiped his palm against the dual-haired boy's face. What the hell are you doing? There. Now I fingered the unknown substance after you've had it all over your face. We match. You just wait, Sebastian. Karma will get you, and if it doesn't, I will. The bed in this room was still in pristine condition, perfectly made and awaiting someone much too rich. Unlike the bed in the other cabin, which is a disheveled mess after we... What are you muttering about over there? Something Nini shouldn't hear, I think. It's fine, she's over the other side of the room. I was just comparing this bed. So perfectly made up. To the one in the other room after Mikhail pushed me down onto it. His strength was immense. Oh, that is not what happened. It is quite literally what happened. I wish I'd pushed you down on a bed. Seb shrugged in response, which only furthered Mikhail's annoyance. How about you stop shouting so much and get searching? Your laid-backness is starting to make me mad. He's right. You do seem very calm. Oh no, I'm panicking very bad right now. I just usually make jokes to cover it up. It's the way I deal with shit, I guess. Alright, fair. So easily accepted. Oh, here, I found another one. Rin pulled a piece of paper out from the pillowcases and showed it to the others. Yay, Rin! What were you guys talking about over there anyway? Rainbows, unicorns, you know, all that good stuff. Oh, I want to join in, I want to join in! When you're a little older, Ninny. I think that's everything. The group gathered around the small coffee table and set their scraps of paper down. Seb quickly rearranged them until they formed a certain pattern. What? Wait. QR code. Not what I just said, because that is a keyboard. Wait, does this... I need to test something. Does this... Ah! Does it... Oh, no way! Okay. Wow, what the hell? Okay, so that actually works. Does anyone have a phone? I don't own one. I think mine was taken. Mikhail paused in his search and felt something in his pocket. Oh, I have mine. Pass here. What's your passcode? 729. Wait, I need to... Seven two 9-5. Got it. Let's try scanning this, shall we? A company instantly popped up for a company Sev hadn't ever heard of. On it was a single word. Together. Okay, so I have no idea how they friggin' set this up, but this actually works. If you go, like if you scan that QR code, it will actually take you to a page that says together. And, oh, this is... Wait, Did I? Wait, hang on. Okay, I need... What did I do? 2... 7295. Whoops. Thanks. Let's get a message like, wrote down the numbers wrong. Because you can't trust me with numbers because my brain actually flips things. Oh. So, what I perceive as numbers is usually in a scrambled order. Together. Yeah, that's really cool though, that like they actually send you to a website that says together, and I just... How are they so clever? How do they come up with these things? It just... They're amazing. It's together. Come on, let's go. Once again, the group rushed towards the still locked door. Survive, live together. What? The door should have opened for them. Brought them just a little bit closer to their freedom. But instead, nothing happened. Did I spell it right? Wait, I'm sure that was it. Something's wrong. At that moment, the light in the cabin flickered out. Before coming back a second later, a grating... That flickering was cool too. How did they do that? Every time we play their games, I'm like, how did they do that? Teach me. A grating metallic sound came from the other side of the carriage. Look, a button. Weird. Why would this one need a button when the rest all just opened? Do you think this is the last door? They glanced up at the remaining time. 7 minutes, 30 seconds. I hope so. Go wait at the door, I'll open it. Sev, I have a bad feeling about this. It's fine. Stop being a worrywart. Sev hit the button, and the door instantly opened. Unlike all the others beforehand, which had gone at a speed comparable to a snail, this one was almost immediate. See? I told you so. I guess. The train shook back and forth, the groan becoming almost deafening. But as soon as Sev's hand came off the button, it closed again. If anyone had been halfway between the rooms, they would have been cut in half. There's something wrong with this button. Wait, that can't be right. Rin ran over to the button and pressed it herself. It opened, then instantly closed again. The timer on the wall hit 5 minutes remaining. It didn't make a sound, not a tick to be heard, yet the group felt like every second that went down sounded awfully heavy. It shouldn't be like this. The power shortage. It must have messed with the button when the lights... No. Shit. Nini, come with me. We need to search the next room now for any way to stop this train. Mikhail, you come too. Mikhail frowned and shook his head. I'm not going anywhere without him. Fine. Quickly, Nini. The two girls ran through the door to the room beyond. It's the engine room! Is there a way to stop this thing? No, there's... All the controls are locked down. I think the door needs to be closed. I'll open the door for you three to go through and stop the train. It'll be fine. Are you insane? This carriage is going to go at any second. If we keep going, you'll be gone before we can stop it. Mikhail, it'll be fine. Just trust me. Stop being so damn calm for 1 second. Sev, this isn't a joke. This is a matter of life or death. At some point, Sev's hands started to shake. He stared down at them, willing them to make them stop, but they wouldn't. At this point, they couldn't. Mika, I know. I know what's at risk here. But if there's a choice between risking myself or watching you die, what do you think I'd pick? I'm not losing you. Just go already before we're out of time. For once, you say something that makes sense. Between risking myself and watching you die, there's no choice whatsoever. Green. I'm so sorry, Mikhail, Sev. Mikhail rushed forward and grabbed Sev by the shoulders, catching him off guard enough to push him away and into Rin. He slammed his fist on the button while Rin dragged Sev towards the door. Wait, what are you doing, Mikhail? Stop! I can't. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for saying sorry again. No! Sev, in case we never see each other again, promise me you'll remember this. I'm really in love. Oh, stop it. Let the boy say he's in love. No. Sev slammed his fists against the door as hard as he could. So hard that the skin began to break. The metal was dyed red. Please, Mika! He sank to his knees, his fists never leaving the door. Quickly, Nini, stop pressing buttons! Which ones? All of them! Why? Why did you? He really cared for you. You know that. Earlier, he made me promise that if anything happened to him, I would help you escape. You can't die. Not here. Her last sentence was nothing more than a whisper. Warning. 10 seconds remaining. Shit. Which one is it? This one! As Nini's hand slammed down on the button, the speeding scenery outside the window began to slow. 7 seconds. The swaying began to falter. 5 seconds. The screeching quietened. 2 seconds. The train finally halted in place. Congratulations. You have escaped. We did it! We need to open the door! Mika! I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this. The door to the previous carriage opened. But beyond it... What fucking achievement that just popped up! Wanna know some train facts? But beyond it, instead of facing the inside of the steel beast, the sky was beginning to break over the horizon. Oh. Okay. I wonder what happens if you answer those questions correctly. It's like you can't go back on ones you've already done. But I wonder, like, replaying it, if you met it and answered those correctly, what happens?
Okay. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go back? Do we do another Nini route? Another in, or do we go back up to the other big long one? What did we need? Oh, there's not coming up with the thing there anymore. Guess we go back to the first one? You can see that we've already done some of this from the text is a different color. That's actually a really cool feature as well. This was made in a month. This is offensive. How do you do all this in a month? The room beyond was even more starved for light than the entrance hall. Darkness crept in every corner, waiting for someone to become separated from the group so they could be devoured completely. Let's make this quick. We were probably kidnapped, we all woke up separately in the room, and... see... The problem with this kind of format is that I can't remember what was happening on the other ones. They just found her in a corner, didn't they? After they couldn't remember who the other one was. Now we're stuck in some death game with 2 hours. Well, less than 2 hours now to escape. Got it? That's a little... Then one of the other routes in the Nini path, it said that Mikhail and Reen were brother and sister. Although if you look at the color, like if you look at these, like the two girls, they do look very, very similar. And they answered the questions correctly as well. I have absolutely no idea what is going on. I understand. I don't. Do you know who brought us here? No. And we have a little over an hour and a half left. This isn't good. That's putting it mildly. We need to go as quickly as possible and not waste any time. Do you understand, Sebastian? I like it when you call me Sev more. So we have Sev, Mikhail. I'm Nini. Well, this isn't the nicest way to meet, but it's nice to meet you all regardless. I get the weird impression that this is some purgatory situation of Sev trying to save the life of Mikhail. And no matter what, he can't. So, I don't know if... I mean, the memories didn't match up. Sev had some sort of plain memory. Mikhail had a movie. I don't know whether they've gotten into an accident or a crash or something like that and one of them didn't survive and the whole game is about them trying to rescue the other. I have no idea. It's so dark. I don't suppose any of you saw a light switch. If this house even has lights, it looks old. There didn't used to be lights? Not before I invented electricity. Seb. You invented electricity? No, he didn't. I did? Wow. You're really such an asshole. The further the group traveled, the more gloomy the lights became. the lighting became, until it was almost pitch black. And finally, the hallway ended in a staircase. Beside it was some kind of plaque, though it was unreadable through the darkness. Mikhail ascended the final step of the staircase. Wait. This might be important. If it was important, they wouldn't leave it somewhere we couldn't read it. If it's a death game, surely everything would be hard to find. I agree. I don't think we should move on before we read it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're all as bad as each other.
Fine. What's your solution then? Because we can't take it with us unless any of you are carrying a screwdriver. That's not a bad idea.
What?
Check your pockets for anything. A lighter, a torch, some matches. Who carries around any of those things? And even if we did, do you think whoever put us in would let us keep them? Despite saying that, he too began checking his various pockets. Nothing, I'm afraid. I don't have anything either. Slowly, Mikhail produced something from his pocket. What were you saying? What was that you said?
Who carries around these things?
A small box of matches. Shut up! I didn't put them in there. Well, I certainly didn't do it.
Oh, really?
Seeing that their arguing might continue for a while yet, Rin took the matches from Mikhail and struck one against the box, creating a yellow yet warm light. If you two are finished, it says. If you two are finished, it says. That is not the way I read that. The way that context can change sentences. They instantly quietened down and gathered around Rin. Above, 2 doors you will find. To escape, you must split evenly. Choose not to, and your time remaining will halve. Lucky we stopped to read that, huh?
Yeah.
The group, now all the wiser, ascended the staircase together. Rin led the way, with Nini close behind her. Mikhail took up the 3rd position, while Sev was last. He turned around, looking down the empty corridor. For some reason, the house seemed awfully lonely all of a sudden. Like the group had brought a little bit of life back to it, but now that they continued upwards, it was double as empty, double as abandoned. Inadvertently, Sev reached for his chest, where his heart sat. It felt empty too. Ah! Ooh, baby boys!
That's so cute.
It happened before Sev even realized what he was doing. Either he'd slipped or stumbled or a step had broken, he didn't know. All he knew was that Mikhail was walking a few steps ahead of him before, and now he was suddenly caught safely in his arms, hugged close to that empty spot in his heart which suddenly felt bursting with life. Shit. Thanks. Sorry, I think I tripped on something. For once, Sev found himself dumbstruck in such a way he didn't have a single thing to say. Not even a joke. It's no problem. Sev? You and me. Hello? Earth to Sev. Sebastian. We know each other, don't we? Huh? Did I hit you in the head when you caught me? My bad.
Sev? Micah? Mika?
Fuck.
Are you two okay?
Sev's heart beat loudly in his chest, to the same rhythm as his head began to throb. No, my head's, well, not exactly fine, but you didn't... I'm sure we know each other. Did you fall? You have to be careful in the dark. Let me go already, jeez. You're starting to embarrass me with how hard you're staring. Reluctantly, Sev finally let Mikhail go, and the two rushed up the staircase to meet with Rin and Nini, who were peering down at them in worry. I'm glad you're both okay. Oh.
Nini, you can come with me. Yay! Oh, really? Yay!
Wait a second. Is there a problem? Well, I guess not.
Good. Then we're all sorted. I'm sure we'll be back together soon enough.
Make sure you two behave. Yes, ma'am. No need to worry. I'm always on my best behavior. The two girls took the door to the right. It didn't shut behind them. If they wanted, they could have followed after them. Instead, they turned to the door on the left. The atmosphere between the two men had turned slightly awkward. Guess we're taking this door. Guess so. He made no move to enter. Unless there's something you wanted to say to me? Something to explain that picture in my head? You calling out my name, clinging on to me. Where did that come from? What? I don't have anything to say. Just hurry up. He turned his back on Sev and crossed into the room. Guess not. They shielded their eyes as they walked into the room. Although it couldn't be described as bright exactly, some light was finally present. Enough so that Sev found himself feeling overly self-conscious, which was particularly not like him. Some kind of dining room. There's even still food on the table. Covered in a layer of dust so thick that you couldn't truly see the food beneath it. Want a bite? I'll feed it to you. Feed it to yourself. Why would I want to eat that? If you wouldn't eat it, why would I? With a shake of his head, Mikhail walked to the other side of the room. The room went silent as the chatter cut off. I feel like I should say something to him. Sev's eyes scanned over the room. A tall window which seemed to lead to nowhere. Two chairs left discarded in the corner of the room, huddled around a heater, and a wallpaper that was torn from the wall, revealing the inner workings of the wall for all to see. And through a doorway, another panel, another door, another shut door with a panel beside it. We need a password to open the door. Whether Mikhail heard his words or not, he didn't respond. He was knelt in the corner of the room, looking down at something. Quietly, Sev walked up behind him and peered over his shoulder. In his hands, a purple stuffed animal in about the same condition as the rest of the house. He gazed at it with an expression filled with loneliness. How do I know you? What do I have to say to make you open up to me. Sev knelt down beside Mikhail. The black and white haired man's eyes flickered up to greet him. Flickered up to greet him briefly before he went back to staring at the toy in his hands. Your favorite color, isn't it? It is. This time, Mikhail's gaze held fast to Sev. Sev, Mika. We do know each other, don't we? I think so. How? I've never met you, I'm sure of that. I don't know. But the moment I saw you, I knew that somehow I knew you. That doesn't make any sense. Nope. It's like I have these memories hidden inside me, but whenever I try to think about them, my head starts to pound. You need to keep this between us, okay? Why? I don't know who I can trust yet. If there really is some history between us, then we might be at an advantage if we know about it. Does that mean you trust me? As much as I'd trust anyone else in a death game filled with strangers. Fine. I trust you, for now. I trust you too. Mikhail stood, putting some distance between the two men that had very quickly been shrinking. Glad we're on the same page. As much as I'm enjoying this reunion, if you could call it that, we need to get moving. You said we need a password? Yeah, for the door. Then let's find it. I bet the other two are already waiting for us. Especially consider we only have an hour and a half left. If I was a spooky ghost or a kidnapper, where would I hide a secret code? How can one person be so flippant? Pretty easily. Come on, Mika, time to escape. It's Mikhail. You didn't seem to mind a minute ago. Ooh, how about this bad boy? Sev walked up to a large cabinet and opened the doors. It was empty. Looks pretty empty to me. Behind it then. No harm in trying. Help me push. Mikhail stood facing the cabinet, both hands on the aged wood. Are you deaf? I don't think so. Sev, with nowhere else to go, stood behind Mikhail, wrapping his arms around the man to set his hands against the cabinet. With a smile, Sev pushed himself onto the tips of his toes and sat his chin down on the top of Mikhail's head. Look here, maybe we know each other, but you know we're also complete strangers, right? Do you do this to everyone? Only for special people. No, it's just you. Yeah, I do this to everyone. No, it's just you. Oh, we don't get choices much, and then it scares me. No, it's just you. Only with you. I don't want to do it with anyone else. Do you even understand what you're saying? Yeah, I do. Just stop pushing already. With a creak, the cupboard was pushed to the side, revealing what was hidden behind it. Another screen. It seemed... I really thought there was going to be just nothing. They had a moment, and then they found nothing. That would have been funny. Another screen that seemed to match the one beside the locked door. I think we found what we're looking for. How does this thing have power anyway? The house is in ruins. I don't know, do I look like an electrician to you? Are you an electrician? No? Huh. Well, you definitely have the look going for you. I'm just going to ignore you. Sev took a step closer to the screen. On it was a simple question. What is Rin afraid of? What is this question? How are we meant to know? What are girls usually afraid of? Monsters, vampires, ghosts? That's what you're afraid of. Oh, right. I feel like... she told us. Huh? When? Before. Back in the church? Didn't peg you for a religious guy. No, when we went through a game just like this. Ugh! He stumbled back from the screen, tripping and falling until he hit the ground. Whoa, are you okay? Mikhail rushed to his side, quickly grabbing his hand to help him to his feet, but Sev just shook his head. I'm fine. I just thought I saw Rin there. In that church, we spoke. Their hands lingered. Sev's grip tightened on Mikhail. Then, do you know the answer? Wow, okay. Oh man, there is still so much to go in this. Oof, okay. So, our next stop is back to Rin in the church. But... but this has been a nearly 4-hour stream now. So, I'm going to... what's the answer? What's the phone code? Oh man. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave it here for today. This game is like enthralling me, and I will definitely pick this up again later. We still got Amelie to finish. There's more of Moonflower, there's more of A Date with Death, there's some little teasers of everything that's in Storytellers Festival right now. If you'd like to play through this yourself, experience the game without my voice in your ears, then you should definitely check this out. It's from 2.5 Studios. It's called Start Again, and it's part of the Storytellers Festival right now. You can find the link in the description box, along with a link to the festival itself, their socials, their Patreon. They're an amazing studio. Everything they do is incredible. And while you're looking at the Storytellers Festival, you should go and have a look at Moonflower, which is my first released game. And you should have a look at a little thing that's connected to it that's just launched today, called Moonflower Phase Rest, which is our after-ending epilogue DLC, which will be available sometime this year. We're working on it. So go and wish that. So please go and wishlist that. It would mean the world to me. Thank you for joining me. Go check out Start Again. Go check out In Between and Heart Agency and Amelie and Date with Death, The Divine Speaker. That's got a prequel and a
a Christmas DLC to it as well. As well as all the other amazing devs that are in Storytellers. Tomorrow I'll be back again for my final playthrough for the Storytellers Festival, and we'll have Heart Agency. Now Heart Agency is actually the very first demo I released. I released it as part of Yowie Jam in 2021 to kind of, you know, get the studio out there a little bit before I released the In-Between and did the Kickstarter for that. So that's the demo that you can play now publicly, is that original demo there. But what I'm going to be playing tomorrow is our Patreon version of it, which I've been slowly updating. So it's got a whole new day one. It's got new CGs. It's got new character sprites. We've got a new trailer for it as well, made by incredible Foxdrift Studios, who also made our trailer for Moonflower. So I'm excited to show a little bit more of what we're working on with that. That's kind of a behind project that's kind of exclusive to Patreon at the moment, but I'm really excited to show that because once we finish the In-Between, it'll be the next thing that's our kind of big release. So hopefully you guys like that as well. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to me babble right now. So we will pick up on this again sometime later. I will be going back to my dev cave very soon to keep working on the In-Between beta, and then outlining my routes and all the other dev-related things that keep me shackled to the computer, working instead of playing games. If you'd like to check out some of the other stuff that we're doing with the studio, we do have a Patreon, which you can see exclusive art and beta and see all of our assets and game previews and that before anything else goes public. We're in that kind of phase where there's not a lot to show publicly, but there's a lot that's on Patreon. We've got a Discord. Come and chat. And if you'd like to support this channel, I also have a Ko-fi where for donations, or there's a tier up that you can get the MP3s for my song covers. And tell me what you want me to play as well. So give me suggestions. I'd love to know what kind of games people are playing, what you'd love to see me play or cover, what kind of songs you'd like to hear from me. I think my brain's out of things to babble about. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far of Start Again, and I hope you pick it up, support these developers because they're incredible. And that's all from me. So thank you and bye-bye.